Napoleano here. You're watching CMS TV. Watch it, motherfuckers.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another edition of CHRIS Akin Presents. Fat guy here, that's Chris Akin. The less fat guy over there, that's Erik Ferentinos. Erik, how are you, sir?
Doing awesome, Chris. Great to see you, my friend.
Yes, it's great to be out of my little hellhole room because it's not 9 million degrees anymore here. It's fantastic. Did you have the heat or did you guys not get this heat wave?
It just clicked on like 2 days ago. The sun started shining this weekend. People started cramming onto the beach. I went and bought a fan. It was the time of year to buy a new fan if you don't have air conditioning.
Right. We had different weather than that. We definitely did not have fan weather last week. Last week was all 92, 95, 97, 99% humidity every single day. Oh, what a nightmare. I think everybody, I can't speak for everybody, but I don't know a lot of people that did a lot of outside anything last week. Mm-hmm. Everybody I talked to, it's funny, man, because nobody comes right out and says, yeah, it's too hot to do anything. Instead, I start getting a lot, when it gets real hot, I start getting a lot of texts from people that I don't hear from often that are like, hey, what's something good to watch on Paramount Plus? Or what's happening on Tubi? Is there anything over there I should... It's all about watching TV because they're all locked in their little prison of air conditioning, whether it's their house or a room or whatever. So, and I got a lot of those texts last week because it was brutally hot, man. It sucked.
I felt guilty because I know that it was really hot everywhere. And here in San Diego, it's the best weather in the whole country most of the time. It was like, it's been in the 60s here in the Oceanside harbor bubble. Regardless of how hot it might be inland, like if you were to come down to the beach before last weekend, it would just be cloudy and chilly. Like in the low 60s for it. It's weird, but it takes until about July 4th weekend for the heat and the sun to finally get hot enough to burn it's the marine layer, which is funny because we make fun of we have a girlfriend that we call the marine layer because we have the marine base here.
Right.
So it's not like a sex joke. But no, there's actually a marine layer that it's just always here in Oceanside that kind of, it sucks until about July. And then all of a sudden, boom, summer's here.
How hot is it in the summer? Is it hot? Like, I mean, I lived in Monterey. And it never got hot there. It was always 75 to 80 every day, all year.
It's 79 right now.
Oh, wow.
It's 79. Nice. And that's like, but that's almost like 10 degrees warmer than it's been, but awesome. But with that, all of a sudden, just everybody comes here, like all the people from New Mexico, Arizona, even the people here inland. All of a sudden, the beach is just packed. It's crazy. You try to walk down on the strand, and it's like, you're just like, whoa. It's just like a party going on. So, I mean, it's good and bad. I mean, as far as my show, Sea Glass Hunters, Oceanside, if you haven't seen it, I just dropped a new episode on my subscriber page. I threw out yesterday, and that was hot off the grill. I literally went out and shot it yesterday.
Nice.
Right. And so, Jackal, you were stationed here. Thank you for your service, dude. He knows what's up. He was a Navy
guy or something, but yeah, he was there for a little while. He's been everywhere. He was in Thailand, I think, and like he traveled all the dirty places. San Diego, not that that's a dirty place. San Diego's a much cleaner place than Thailand, but I don't know why I'm putting the two of them together, but
it's pretty clean. It's for the most part. I mean, they keep the beaches fairly clean. I mean, I'm ready to start doing like a trash retrieval thing as part of the show also, because I feel like I walk past trash. Sure. But subconsciously, I know that even when we bag it up and throw it out, they're going to dump it out in the ocean.
Right.
It's going to end up back there anyway. No, but to just keep at least the strand part. Also with the summer comes the homeless element that we have. There's so what I try to do is for sea glass hunters, I try to get up early. I make sure ahead of time I check the tide schedule. This is very important. I have to go out at the lowest possible tide, which like a couple times a month that will be around 5 a.m., which is the earliest I could commit to going out there.
Sure.
And the sun has to at least be out a little bit for me to see anything. So there's this small window of like 5 a.m. to 6 a.m. where I have a chance to have the beach to myself before everybody wakes up to start jogging. Regardless of that, though, there's people literally sleeping on the beach doing weird stuff that I walk out to.
Right.
Every morning. If you see the latest episode, it like starts out, somebody has like a shrine set up on the beach with like pineapples and weird shit, like a cake.
Nice.
Yeah, just strange stuff. And then like by around like 6, all the families, there's like people jogging with their dogs and whatever, and then it just gets too hard and everybody's trying to pick up shells and pick up stuff, and they're like competition to me. I'm like, oh god damn it, get away from me.
Right.
But if I go out there early enough, I have such a keen eye for finding beachcomby stuff.
Yeah.
I spot now. I'm just like the sand dollar kid. Like
Right.
if you watch the show, like typically I'll get like 5 sand dollars, where that's like
Sure.
a rare thing for most people. I'm doing that every time I go out there. Thank goodness, because dude, there is not a lot of sea glass in the summertime. No, because they just dredged the whole harbor and put the sand back on there. So all my spots that I would regularly find glass for the Sea Glass Hunter show is buried under about 3 feet of sand right now.
Now, what is the sea glass? I still, maybe I missed that episode or something. Is that like is it a mineral that's in there, or is it just trash that's been broken up and floated out there? What is it?
Yeah,
exactly?
no, you're closer on the end. I wouldn't. I would call it trash. I guess it was discarded bottles over the centuries. It could be very, very old, perhaps, but typically, it's just different beer bottles, soda bottles that have just been refined out there in the sand to where they become like a very smooth, clear sea glass. Now, in some cases, I do get it, and it still looks like it's been recently broken in the last couple of years. You could tell it was part of a Coors bottle or something. In that case, I pick it up just to get it off the beach, just so nobody cuts their foot on it or something.
Right.
And then I separate the other pieces. I've been in touch with Pete Evick, who is the guitarist for the Bret Michaels band. Probably about the same amount of time I've been playing for Piercy. He's been playing for Bret. They're lifelong friends as well. Super cool guy. He has a side business of making candles, if you follow Pete. And we were talking recently at a show, and I go, you know what? You're the guy that should be getting my stuff and doing like a run of sea candles or whatever, because apparently he does stuff with shells and candles. So I've been now collecting, just trying to figure out exactly what he could use. Obviously some sea glass, which I have, but I'm realizing that is a rare thing. So I'll give him a couple of jars of them, but I got to mellow. I can't give him everything because I realize I might not find any for the next.
You might make your own candles.
Yeah, I know. I am good. He told me he doesn't want anything that's more than like 1.5 inches in diameter or whatever.
Okay.
So basically that would not be sand dollars. That would not be the bigger shells. I'm considering doing a cool like mosaic thing with the sand dollars and maybe the glass in there. I've been trying to think of ideas.
Sure.
I'm not sure yet exactly, but I know he will be doing something. And it's cool to have another known person, if you will.
Yeah,
Marcus
absolutely.
Says, hello, gentlemen. Enjoying a few days off work, so I'm finally catching the show live.
There you go.
We appreciate you catching the show live. But yeah, Pete Evick, he's going to be in the mix here. So I'd say like in the next week, I'm going to be shipping him off some small shells. Oh, that was the other thing. I can find plenty of like tinier clam shells that are really cool that have a lot of designs and colors, but they're real small. They're like, I don't know, 1/2 inch. So I knowing what he wants, I got a ton of those together. I'll ship him out. All I'm asking of him is just to do a quick little, phone video of what he made with it. Like, hey, Eric, this is what I did with it. And then I could like edit it into my show and just kind of cross promote that way.
Why don't we have him on here when he has them done?
That would be fantastic.
That would be the best if he's available on a Monday or Tuesday if we ever finally make the move to Tuesday that we keep threatening each other with.
We've been talking about moving to Tuesday because we fear that the football season's going to step on our watchers.
I'm going to make the command decision right now. It doesn't have to be next week, but coming soon, it's moving to Tuesday.
Right.
Coming before the first football preseason game, we will be on Tuesdays.
Nice.
And I'm making that decision more just because, I'm getting burned out doing Mondays are a bitch for me. Mm-hmm. Doing the Seth show and then turning right around and doing this show. Right. It's easier for me to do one on Monday, one on Tuesday, one on Wednesday, one on Saturday. One big one on Saturday. That's enough.
Right.
I had somebody ask me today, "Hey man, do you think about would you think about doing a show with me?" No more shows.
Right.
This is it.
Maybe on the last Tuesday of the month for a few months, since it's around Halloween anyway, maybe Count Cracula will just fill in on the CHRIS Akin Presents here and there. Yeah. On that one Tuesday, because that's usually we do it the last Tuesday.
Yeah. Or maybe the last Tuesday of every month will just be for the subscribers.
That's right. Something to consider.
Be that way too. You get
do the old. I like how you think, Akin. That's like a sales move.
Yeah.
That's the takeaway. That's what we learned is the takeaway.
That's right. You get 3 good ones, and then you get the movie one. But the movie one is the extra one, which right. You should pay to get. Which, by the way, speaking of that, before we get into anything, that is tomorrow, by the way, right. for people that want to do that.
I wore a vampire shirt tonight. Dr. Acula. Get it? Yeah. Doctor, not Dracula, Dr. Acula's blood bank. I wore it tonight. This is a tribute for Count Cracula. Tomorrow, folks. Would you mind showing that, by the way? I thought I did a good job making a little quick
graphic.
The video I did of the last Fright Bite.
Let me see if I can't find it.
It's on my regular Facebook page. It's just like a few down. It was like a short video I did we should like maybe put it on a bigger screen so people can get an idea what this is like that we do.
Present, share.
So it's not a big mystery. And Neely was our guest last time, so this includes...
And will be tomorrow.
What? That is great to hear.
Yeah, he's going to be tomorrow as well. Oh, there it goes.
Volume.
And volume.
I love shark movies.
How do I make it bigger?
I love any movies that have predators in them. There's really, when it comes to a 6-headed shark.
Yes.
The only thing I can think of that would defeat a 6-headed shark is a 12-string guitar. And I have a little jam for tonight.
Oh, good.
I'm so excited for this movie. Running with the shadows of the night. Come on, Chris and Neely, it's time for Fright Bite. Surrender your bad dreams to me tonight. They'll come true in the air. I'll make sure of it.
Pat Baldatar checking in. All right, so what do you guys say? You want to get right into this thing?
Oh, I want to sink my teeth right into this shark flick.
All right.
I'm glad I'm wearing my crucifix tonight.
There you go.
Oh,
you might want to go get some shark repellent or something. This is a movie, all right. Of course, just Neely, since you're a newbie to Fright Bite.
Yes.
Just throw a comment in wherever you see fit to do it. I'll keep the volume down a little bit low, and if we get into a conversation about something in between, I'll turn it lower. But just feel free to jump in, and fans as well. I see some of you out here. Some people are definitely watching. Hail and kill to those of you out there. So, of course, we want your comments as well. So throw your comments in. That'll make the show more gooder, more scarier. So please comment away. And so let's get into this thing. Let's see how this looks.
Oh, I thought that looks very good.
Look at that. Do we like that? There you have it. Oh shit! I pushed the button too quick. Sorry, but yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Yep. So that's the layout. We just basically he puts it to big screen. We watch the movie. We make jokes.
Yeah.
It's a great time. We party.
Well, you don't, but Count Cracula does.
That's right. I'm there in spirit.
Yeah, you're watching in the other room usually, aren't you?
That's right. I finally get to go chill out and let him do all the work.
That's right. And if it wasn't him, it'd be Stoic Steve, because you can't be bothered with us.
It's nice to get some good content, though, on the subscriber page, and some fun stuff for people to look forward to. And people that get in there now, you're going to be busy because now there's hours of stuff.
Right. Jim, that would be 9 Eastern. 6 Pacific, 9 Eastern. Tomorrow. Tuesday.
Yep.
So there you have it. So yeah, Fright Bite tomorrow. So
Birdemic.
Birdemic, which I have seen the Birdemic, and let me tell you, it shames Six-Headed Shark. Take that comment however you would like to take it. Take it as it shames it, and as it's worse. Take it as in it's more scary. Take it as it's more funny. Take it any way you want. I stand by the comment. It shames it.
I guess we'll find out tomorrow.
Yes, we will. So,
aside from that, I got some deliveries Friday. A delivery coming today. I've talked about the company Levi's before.
yes.
Now, my last time I talked about them, I complained about them because they sent me some other guy's order, and I ended up not getting the jeans I had ordered, and they were out of them at that point and just sent me some other jeans. But I ended up making out pretty good on that deal because they gave me like my money back and then gave me some jeans. And so then I started like stockpiling some jeans from the Levi's factory that I haven't even opened yet that I'll probably sell.
Right.
Now, the factory I'm referring to is like there's a Levi's like online store of like the official Levi's, and they have a red tab club that you can join for free. And when you're like a red tab person, you don't pay for shipping, and then they'll like send you like emails if they're doing any kind of closeout specials or flash sales or something.
Right.
And I couldn't believe it, but I saw like last week they were doing a flash sale for like $10, where like if you buy 2 or more items, you get them for $20. And I'm like, what? Like what? Jeans or jackets or all this stuff? They had like 4 pages of things on there. I ended up getting like 6 pairs of Levi's jeans for $10 a piece.
Okay.
And I did it through Capital One Shopping on my Capital One card, so I'll get like 9 or 11% back in
Sure.
points with that too. But I'm going to turn around and sell that stuff.
Hell yeah. Sell it for 20, make $10 profit or whatever.
20?
Well, I don't
I'm
know
gonna
how
sell
much.
them
I
for,
mean, how much
oh
do you
my
sell
god, no,
pants for?
Levi's, I would say if you looked on eBay right now at a new pair of 501s or a new pair of 502s, they were going for 50 to
Oh, no shit.
$60
I had no
bucks. I
idea.
mean, they retail for 70.
So if you sell
So-
it at 60, someone would be like, "Oh, that's a deal."
I don't know if they would think on eBay that that's necessarily a deal. I'd say with the shipping and everything, they're probably going to want to get them in the 50s at the most.
Okay.
But at least I would say I could get, at least $40 to $50 a pair easy.
All right.
And now, when I'm going to sell them, I'm not sure. Maybe this is the summertime. Maybe I'd be better off selling them towards
Wait till it gets
the
a little
winter.
colder. Right.
Yeah, I'll just stockpile it. But it's just, I have a lot of things like that I maybe don't have cash on hand, but I have things that will become
Sure.
cash at a later point. They're just,
Right.
I'm like a hoarder of things I could possibly sell at a later time.
Am I going to see a little section of the merch table in a couple of weeks with Eric selling pants
right.
and shit?
It's going to have my guitar picks, some Levi's,
Some pants, yeah.
some pair of signed 502s,
A sea glass
on there.
candle.
a Western puffer jacket.
That's right.
No, what's funny is though, when you go to the Levi's site, I'm not sure. They totally changed their whole entire demographic of who they're marketing to.
Okay.
Like I remember Levi's being the old white cowboy pants, you know?
Yeah, sure.
Or like the just Americana for the longest time, and I don't know. You just think of like white dudes wearing them in the '80s and whatever.
And as they climbed into their into their F-250 or whatever,
right.
They'd be walking around. It'd be dirty. Be a big puff of dirt. They'd be, I'm just loaded up the truck, getting ready to get ready to tow the heavy equipment down the road or whatever. You know, it was always coming from a construction site or driving up a hill that a car really wouldn't drive up. You know, like a mountain that has like like it's driving up the mountain,
or just the Marlboro, rocker guy with the jeans, right? The 501s from the '80s. But to be fair, all cultures wore jeans back, especially back in the '80s. Probably everybody was wearing Levi's. They probably peaked at that time when they came out with like the Levi's 501 shrink to fit.
Right. Yeah. All the dudes were in Levi's. All the chicks were in Jordache.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I think the first time we started branching out was when like Metallica started wearing Guess jeans or something. It's like, oh, we can wear those. They had like, it was kind of weird that they picked that, but that was one of the first maybe skinny jeans out there that weren't leather pants, you know, but that you could wear actually jeans that were less gay to wear on stage. Maybe they chose it for that reason.
Still kind of gay, but not as gay.
Right. I actually had a choice to make. I was kind of looking at some more flashy pants for like on stage, because I've worn some crazy stuff. I posted a picture of me from like a decade ago. People were like, whoa, what band were you playing in back then? I thought it was like Machine Head, or I don't know, somebody made a joke or something. Toomey made a joke.
The Anti-Division stuff that you were posting?
Yeah, I was around that time, but I mean, I was bringing that into Piercy's band too. I was trying to be somewhat of a character back then, but that was when, you know, bands like Static X and all that stuff in the early 2000s were, that was like the new metal scene, I guess. It was, that's how a lot of bands might have been dressing for new metal. T-Cuz. How about a round can of Skull printed on the rear pocket?
That's true.
Yeah.
In the guy's pocket, yes. And in the girls, what was it? It was the handle of a comb.
That's
Remember the handle of the comb sticking out, and you'd go up to the girl with the great ass, and you'd snap that comb.
In the front, it'd be like your wiener outline.
Yeah.
But
funny.
Oh shit, I forgot what we were talking about before I read that comment.
Skinny jeans.
Oh yeah, so I was thinking about getting some flashy stuff, but man, there's something about when you hit 50 years old that you start to feel like you're trying a little too hard.
Yeah. You don't want to look like David Lee Roth on the Eat 'em and Smile tour. With the bad spandex, that's a bunch of different colors and flames on it and stuff. Yeah, that just.
And just realizing that realistically, I'm probably not going to get back to the 20-year-old weight.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you get a little bigger. You know, when you get older, you just kind of get a little more musclier or something. I don't know, muscular. Excuse me.
Yeah. And some guys can pull it off, like your singer in your band.
He does in a weird way.
He pulls it off really well. And that's exactly why. Because he looks like he just got off a Harley, grabbed that microphone with the knuckles in it, and started slipping a lit. You know, that's he looks. But then you see video of like Blackie Lawless last week in Sweden Rock or whatever, where he's like. He's restricted to a chair, which I'm not a big fan of that. But he's trying to wear rock clothes, and he's big like me now, and it's like big like me wearing rock clothes with the white knee pads with fringes on them and stuff. Yeah, that's a dumb look. He should just be in a pair of jeans and a jean jacket. You know, that would look
maybe some like black jeans. I mean, there was when you'd see Blackie not on stage but out in public, he'd wear like a jeans jacket with the fringes on it or something. Like he should maybe consider that. I don't want to tell the guy what to do. He can be him. He's his own trippy character. I loved, I have great memories of 2005 on the Metal Blast tour opening up for Wasp, and he wore he's wearing the same outfit he did then 20 years ago.
I doubt it's the same. It might be something that looks the same. It might look the same, but yeah.
Well, I was trying to figure out, and now I made a comment too, and it wasn't meant to be a racist comment. It was just a observation that like on Amazon and all these places, it's just all clothes from China, and they're just made different. They're made like smaller than usual, And I was just going, man, I think this is going to be too tight and uncomfortable if I get it, and just too flashy. And I think I would feel a little silly. I think I'm going to stick with the stretchy black jeans, Metallica jeans, circa 1989. And that, it works. Like anytime I try to look up something that might be cohesive with what Piercy wears, it actually even says gay in the title of it, which bums me out. I'll see like a pair of cool like leather pants and it has like some kind of cool like crotch guard on it with like, it looks like Darth Vader pants with some weird thing. And
right.
But then it'll be like, biker gay. It like throws it in the title, and I'm like, oh shit, I cannot in my right mind buy something that literally says gay in the title.
You can't wear gay jeans in the title? No?
No, they were like leather, but it comes off as like a bondage thing. They think that I'm going to like a bondage party. They don't think I'm just, put an outfit together for a Steve Piercy concert. Right. I think I'm going to some gay dungeon somewhere. So I'm kind of like, all right, I literally just can't in my right conscience purchase something that has the word gay in the title. I can't do it. Now, Levi's on the other spectrum has similar things going on. Like they did one of those go woke, go broke kind of deals where they were catering to the LGBTQ, TQ, whatever. Like the Pride line.
Oh.
And man, if you go to their website and look at some of the
now.
Yeah, you got to go and see some of these models that they have.
Pride line.
Now they're really trying to cater to like the what's the city? What would you say that's
San Francisco.
Urban. I'm trying to keep it clean here, but like the urban.
Are you kidding me with this?
So it's a lot of black dudes wearing the stuff. They're and then they got like a Pride line that's like kind of Asian dudes like with these like the rainbow tags instead of a red Levi's tag. So
there's 15 types of fruity. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, it's like what happened? The rainbow. There you go. Yeah, if you check out some of the stuff.
What is that look?
Right.
Are you kidding with this? Come on.
Yeah, that's actually not too bad. Some of it's
yes, it is. Don't. If I see you looking like that, I'm leaving.
Well, Chris, I ordered those yesterday. No,
First of all, look, I am nobody's judge in fashion. I'll admit that. But high top Chucks with shorts is a terrible
people were doing that. And if you remember in the late 70s, 80s, it was a half shirt, short shorts, and like those crew socks with the stripes on them. I saw a kid in the store wearing those, and it freaked me out. I had to like go around the other aisle. But put Pride up in the search bar if you would, see what comes up for their Pride line.
This is in their Pride collection.
Okay, I just thought they have a search bar up top, so I thought if you typed it in there, it would give us a more cohesive list. Oh, it is. I'm sorry, sir. We'll continue. Whoa, what's this? What's going on there? Yeah.
This is the Orville Peck look.
The Orville Peckerwood.
Who the hell is Orville Peck? And why can't I can't even click on that?
You have to do an age verification to click on it.
Oh, come on. Wait a minute.
You have to give your driver's license.
Dude.
No, you don't. I don't know. I'm joking. I don't know if you do.
What the hell? What happened to Levi?
Like a Lone Ranger? He's got a Lone Ranger mask on, and
I
thought that was a beard at first.
That is. What is that look?
The Lone Dangler.
The Lone Douchebag. Look at this guy. I guess guy. Am I allowed to call him a guy, or is that too?
There's a new sheriff in town.
And he sucks cock for a living.
Oh,
Jesus Christ. What a fucking queer this guy looks like. What is that? What the hell is...
He probably could beat your ass, though.
I doubt that. I got a gun. Gun. It would beat his dildo. That's for sure.
The great equalizer.
Good
What's
Lord.
the statue he's got going on back there?
Yeah, what is that? Everything about this picture just makes me cringe.
Statue's got like hung like a horse, speaking of Westerns.
Everything about this picture is bad. From my grandmother's couch in the background to this brass table that went out of style in 1988 to this homeless guy on a horse. I don't even know what that's supposed to be. To this... what is this mask?
Yeah,
This mask spells I get left flips on Grinder.
Have you seen you've heard of that movie Eyes Wide Shut?
Yeah,
This is buttholes wide open.
Yeah, buttholes wide open. Just drive your moped right on in.
And it was nice about they're all ready to go for the party later. They got like no carpet, so they could just mop up after. They got the glass table for the blow.
Yeah, everything about this is wrong. Is this blow in this little container thing here on the table?
Those are those lozenges that open your rectum up.
Yeah.
And from Baby Reindeer.
Good God, this is the worst. If I see you wearing this in a couple of weeks, I'm leaving. I will be out of that Roxino in a hurry.
Those are anal lozenges.
Here, let me put this suppository or 6 up my ass. Get ready for you, honey. Jesus Christ.
All right, let's see what else we got here.
Whoa, that is... Dude, what the hell? What happened to Levi?
Levi's, what happening, man? She's all right.
Yeah.
If you're into that. That used to be a dude, though.
What is this? Come on.
Yeah, let's see that one.
What is this guy?
I want to go through each one of these and give a commentary, a gay commentary.
Yeah, commentary that'll guarantee no monetization on YouTube.
Right.
Who gives a fuck? Oh boy! All right,
maybe they'll send us some free hot pants for promoting the website.
Oh, I doubt they're going to send us free anything the way we're going to promote this. Come on!
Hey,
hi!
Your own personal Jesus.
This
Jesus
looks.
Christ.
Dude, I take the fruit out of the picture here for a minute. Just looking at the room, doesn't this look? And you would know better than me on this, not because you're gay like this guy, but doesn't this look like a really bad green room in a cheap club?
Oh yeah.
With the bad chairs, the bad table.
Yeah, it looks like a 1975 bowling alley back in the corner or something, or
the basement to the bowling alley. More to the point.
Back when they used to like serve food at Woolworths or whatever.
All right, that's not funny, Fuego.
Fuego says that's the new Skid Row singer, dude.
Quicksand anus, you're so close to me and you. Ugh. Good Lord.
Depeche Load.
Depeche Load.
I hate seeing this old punk Dave. Damn.
Look at you, boy, nobody's liking this.
Holy shit, I just ate dinner. The Lone Stranger, Dirty Dave. We know you like it. How's this guy's like gold member?
Oh, Jesus. And he's got the lift, the Robert De Niro lift shoes on too.
He's like a solid gold dancer.
Oh, yikes. All right, I can't look at this fucking person any longer. Let me get back to that screen here. All right, let's see what else we got.
Meanwhile, I have my shiny gay jacket on. We do this.
Yeah, but at least it's black. At least it's black.
That's right.
A black jacket is fine. A black leather jacket is always good. Any other color is usually bad. In leather, yes or no? Any color but black, maybe white, but even white looks a little fruity anymore. Maybe dirty white, like it's white, but it's like 30 years old, so it's got that kind of brownish tinge to it. Yeah. But any other color is terrible.
That would be off-white or vintage white.
Look at this. Look at these two. Specifically him. Let me open this guy up here. Probably used to being opened up now that I think about what I'm saying.
Ew.
Yuck. Yuck. Why did you bring me to this page? What the hell?
Well, I was just trying to like demonstrate that they've come a long way with the looks.
Yeah, that's come a long way, all right. What is that look?
Well, he's going to the gay rodeo. It says, what's it say above the rodeo thing on his shirt?
Not my first rodeo.
Mm.
I'm sure it's not. He's been ridden like a bronco for years. Jesus Christ. He's like, and look, he's got his head all cocked with that.
It's not his first roda bro.
Yeah, exactly. That's. Would it shock you if this lady is really a dude?
That's what I was thinking. Like when they're showing what I would appear to be I'm a straight person, I'm wondering if that's even really, they're probably trans, right? Yeah. She doesn't have a lot of hips going on there. I don't know.
Not thinking this is a couple, are we?
They could be totally reversed.
Yeah, They could be.
Possible. What painting do they have back there? You always have to look at that kind of stuff to see if it's significant.
I don't know what that looks like. Some kind of ink drawing of people walking, I don't know, on like just a big old empty platform with like a big plant. This thing here is a big plant, and this is some kind of what do they call that? I keep thinking Borgata. It ain't Borgata.
Double penis.
Gazebo. A gazebo. Okay. It's like some kind of gazebo with like some smoke or something. I don't even know. Whatever. This guy's look with the foot cocked up and stuff. Jesus Christ. What is this?
Mm-hmm.
Rainbow colored rodeo. Jesus Christ.
I mean, those jeans look all right, though. I mean, the shirt's a no-go. Right, the shirt's a no-go.
The shirt's a no-go. Looks like he's, looking to lasso some asshole.
Once you integrate a rainbow into the word rodeo, it becomes Rodabro.
Yeah, it really is. Ooh, yeah, good point, Fuego. Good point. Who's riding who here?
That's right.
That's very true.
Will someone tell me who's riding who?
Let's see if we can't find it. Dude, these costumes are ridiculous. If this is the shit you're selling on eBay, nobody's going to buy it.
No. I mean, as I said, I just got like some black 501s and some, actually the 502s that I'm wearing right now.
Oh, look, we get a.
Oh, he's actually. Oh, yeah. Oh my God, he's got a music video.
Yeah, hold on. I got to get this thing up and get this video up here immediately.
Wow.
We can get a whole video of these guys sporting this clothes. All right, here we go.
Uh-huh.
Let's see what we got. A whole minute of this nonsense. Let's see.
Jesus Christ.
Sometimes you have to stop caring about what people think about you.
Well, you certainly did that, sir. You certainly did that.
Wow.
All right, 3
Down
seconds.
At the YMCA.
All right, here we go.
And just be happy. And when you can hit that, I feel like everything in life changes.
Did you see him with the waving the lasso? Let me go back. Watch this. Watch ZZ Cowgirl here. Watch him with this. He's standing there and then he does he's waving his gay lasso around like Wonder Woman.
Right.
All right, here we go.
You and just be happy. And when you can hit that, I feel like everything in life changes.
If you can let go and be vulnerable and find these moments of joy, then you inspire other people to let their guards down as well.
I just love using creativity, using visuals, using art to convey a message without having to say a single word.
What is the message? Put it in my ass? What is the message to this?
I'll be back in a second. I think I froze up. I'll be right back.
All right. Well, while he's gone, I'm going to keep watching this video. No, I'm going to hold the video for a minute. Hang tight, folks. Erik froze up for a minute, but we will be back with more of this Gatum. Give it a second. We'll be right back. It is CHRIS Akin Presents.
The Classic Metal Show and CHRIS Akin Presents are proud to call Rumble our official video platform. No more being censored by fucking YouTube and other big tech platforms. All segments of The Classic Metal Show and CHRIS Akin Presents are available now on our Rumble channel. Follow our channel at www.rumble.com/c/CMS. Want it on your TV? Just install the Rumble app on your Roku, Amazon, Apple devices, and most smart TVs. We have the other shitty platforms for the lazy people, but why watch it censored when you can see our shows the way they were meant to be presented? Subscribe at www.rumble.com/c/CMS or search The Classic Metal Show on the Rumble app. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go. Before we go, before we get back to that inspiring video, would you like to tell people about the little message that I can pop up here at any moment?
Right. This would be, if you want to comment, you should do so. And we're definitely going to read the super chats live.
That's right.
Live.
But only on Rumble.
That's right.
Let's be clear about that. If you're watching this on YouTube, we ain't reading those.
Mm-hmm.
But they're not guaranteed anyway. If you guys, and I will say this, those that I know are, and Eric will tell me this too, anybody that's already a subscriber, will pop your stuff up. But if you just want to get a quick comment in or whatever, throw it in there in the super chat. Let's see what happens.
Which I'm one of the newest subscribers to the CMS locals.
Yes, we added you right in there so that you can start commenting away as well.
That's right. I got to get in the habit of doing that. I think it's a good place to get the practice in. So I appreciate the approval to be in your gang.
All right, you ready to get back to this guy pissing in the corner or whatever he's doing here?
Yeah, this it was so gay it froze my camera
I
up.
guess so. The male testosterone that's missing.
It's overloaded. It was like,
overloaded your screen.
mm-hmm.
And look at this guy. Is he in the corner pissing? That's what it looks like. Somebody put that in the chat room, and they're right. It absolutely looks like he's pissing in the corner.
It's just the whole thing's creepy as AF because it's like a Twin Peaks episode.
Yeah.
But
he says this is his art.
Instead of Twin Peaks, it's like twin butt cheeks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did
twin
that work?
cheeks.
I don't know. I'm trying here.
The twin cheeks are open.
The twin cheeks. Yeah, twin cheeks.
All right, let's get back to twin cheeks here.
Twin cheeks.
There's joy in being able to show up as yourself.
Dude. That's a dude.
Yeah,
faux show.
That looks like
faux
a dude.
show. It's got that. I got that voice.
Yeah.
Madge.
It's ma'am.
You're gonna let me in this fucking club right now. I don't need an ID.
No, of course not. Don't you know my pronouns, motherfucker? All right, here we go.
And know that they see you exactly as you see yourself.
You just have to find the...
That's a dude? Yeah.
I think it's a dude.
That guy looks like Nyla Rose, the wrestler, who's also a dude, but pretends to be a chick in AEW. And same thing. Yeah, this is really, dude. You might want to throw.
I don't know if that's a dude, but I just have a feeling.
You might want to throw those Levi's away. I mean, the only thing that those things seem to be good for is being a cum rag.
Oh, come on, man.
Come on, nothing. Look at this shit. This is horrendous, man. Yikes.
Go on.
All right, here we go.
Thing that brings you joy and never walk away from it. Period.
I'm usually my happiest and feel my most authentic self whenever I'm dancing, when I'm around a community of people who love and uplift me. That's what Pride is really about.
Oh. I'm with the listeners here. I'm about to throw up from all this. Are you kidding
Hans,
me?
get off the table.
I just love it when I can come out and dance because that's what Pride's about. Shaking the cum out of my dripping asshole.
Oh,
Get the
now you're just
fuck
going
out
too
of here
far.
with this nonsense.
You're going
Jesus.
too far.
Yeah, I know. I am. All right, here's the last 11 seconds of this shit. Ugh.
Do what makes you happy.
Wear what makes you happy.
Be whoever you want to be.
Fuck whoever you want to fuck.
Dude, he's like a gay Squidward over here. That the guy with the like, what's that? Not Family Guy. That other cartoon, Futurama.
Futurama.
This Squidward guy from Futurama.
The guy with the rodeo, or the guy that's climbing the chandelier.
Yeah, the lone dangler.
The lone dangler, and the guy that's wearing the rodeo colored shirt, the rainbow colored shirt. He looks like that dude in what is it, American Dad or whatever? That's like the pedophile. The one that laughs all funny or whatever.
Oh, you're talking about Family Guy.
Family Guy, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he looks like that. This is awful, man. Oh, my God. Quagmire, exactly.
Giggity.
He's Fagmire.
Fagmire over there.
All right, here we go.
Live in Levi's.
Ugh.
Do gay things in Levi's.
Dude. Are you sure it's not bleed thighs?
Oh man,
that's really bad.
It's surprising where they went, but I honestly I don't think it's been selling it. For one thing, usually gay people have pretty good style choices, and Levi's isn't their go-to. You know what I mean? I don't think they've been selling this like they thought they were going to. I think they were trying to cater to the gays, but they don't wear fucking Levi's. They like wear way more expensive stuff, probably.
Dude, some of these outfits, like I'm gonna put another one on the screen here. This looks like what people in the 80s and 90s thought people dressed like in gay clubs.
That's right.
They didn't, but this is what everybody, like every stereotypical movie where they'd walk into a gay club and be like, hi, how you doing?
Right.
You know, this is what they assumed that gay people dressed like.
Now do what you guys do. Start humping the chandelier. Start jerking off in the corner.
Look at this. I mean, I know some gay people. I'm pretty sure you know some gay people. Have you ever seen a gay person dress like this?
Well, I know he knows a gay person that happens to be the lone dangler because he took his vest the next morning. He's wearing the other guy's vest right there.
He wore the wrong vest out?
Yeah, he stole that dude's top.
Have you ever, how many, if you had to guess, and this is just a blind guess, how many gay people do you think you know? 50?
Oh,
20?
Personally? Like that, or I've ever known, or know right now?
I'm not saying that you're like, hey, come on over for dinner, sweetheart. I'm just saying.
Are you talking about that I've met up with online?
That you just know. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, open up your Grinder and see how many saves you have.
Right. Is this Grinder or is this...
I mean...
I don't know. I don't really think about it.
Would you say you know 10?
I'm sure
casually know 10. Casually,
including Neely,
including Neely.
Okay. No, you know what? I can't think off the top of my head. I'm sure I do, and right. Hey, it's all good.
Of those 10, let's just play the game. Of those 10, how many have you ever seen wearing a gold pair of fucking Levi's?
No, I don't know.
That looks like a costume for a Broadway play. This guy looks like he's playing the gay bandit in a Broadway play.
Right. But if it was like the early 80s, he could have been in Cool and the Gang and you wouldn't have thought much of it.
Yeah, I guess.
A band like that, the Commodores. You'd be like, oh, okay. Yeah, you're in the Commodores. Yeah, come on in.
And that's fine. This cool. Could be... This guy is Lionel Ass Stretchy, but Jesus Christ. I mean, he does look like the Lionel Richie of the 1970s.
Do you remember sucking my dong last September? No, sorry. That's gross.
There's a brick house stuffed in my ass, and I want to get it out. Oh, it's a brick.
And I can't get it out.
Oh, he stuck his dick in my house.
Oh, no. Now, even the other clothes, even getting away from their pride line, like everything else is like super urban, where it's like, again, I think that urban people that typically buy those kind of clothes don't go to Levi's for that.
Yeah. Well, it's
not their go-to place for that.
I went to the men's new arrivals. We'll go there blind and see what we got here.
There we go. Yeah.
All right. First of all, I'm questioning this being a man all by itself.
Yeah, I think they used him for both lines.
That guy looks like Taylor from the show Billions, if you're familiar with that at all.
Mm.
The middle guy looks like Chris Watts, the guy that stuffed his kids in the oil tank.
Ugh.
He looks just like Chris Watts.
Looks like Taylor Swift's husband.
Yeah.
Friend.
Yeah. What's his name?
Who I think
Kelsey. Travis Kelsey.
Now, one thing that Levi's needs to do is stop spelling their name out on everything. Because, like, some of the stuff will be an okay shirt if it just maybe had a small red tag. But the fact that they, like, literally write Levi's on the shirt, I don't know. It's not, that makes it lame.
I guess
you always knew it was a pair of Levi's. It's branding, but that's not the branding that the Levi's people were accustomed to. The only thing that made you know it was Levi's was a little red tag on the button.
Yeah.
And or that one, the Western little tag that has the size on it, which you could rip off. Look
at this guy.
Also, but
it's Barack Obama's kid.
He does look like
he looks like Barack Obama.
He kind of does.
And why is this in New Arrivals where he's wearing a fucking coat? It's the hottest month we've had in like 5 years this week, and they released this coat.
Right.
And again with the high top chucks. What are you doing?
I noticed they're typically like the warehouse. They of course send their stuff to all the big box stores. That's the newer stuff, and then anything that they got stuck with or were sent back or whatever, they try to move all that stuff, and so they'll do closeout stuff, or maybe they misjudged how many pairs they would have to make or need, or I don't know. But for me, like, the deal that I got was good. And there was none of their Pride line or anything. It was like literally 501s, 502s. I just went nuts. I bought like 6 of them. I bought this like puffer jacket, and I'm going to sell all that stuff. I probably will make about $300, which is, it's not gangbusters, but that's how you do little quick moves. You know what I mean? And
that's right.
It'll probably cost me like, $60, $60 or $70, and then I'll make over $300. And that's how you just do a quick move. If you can afford to do that, or if you have an ear to the street, you see a good deal. That's going on eBay, man.
Oh, yeah. I'll put this one up. Fuego.
I will continue to buy my Costco jeans. Those are some dad jeans that they sell over at Costco. Fuego, right?
Well, but look, I'd rather wear dad jeans than fag jeans. Jesus.
Right.
These gay jeans are terrible, man.
Right. They had worse stuff. They had like rainbow bucket hats, and well, Chris, the homos with AIDS get cold too, says Jerry.
Is that the Philadelphia line of the Levi's? Oh my God.
Gay people get cold too.
Yeah. I'm trying to find if there's any more.
My whole point is none of the people they're catering to actually would buy Levi's, in my opinion.
No, none of these.
I don't think any of these people would. And then the people that normally do are very confused what's going on right now.
What are these supposed to be? College students?
Yeah,
is
early
that what
20s.
We're saying these are college first jobbers?
Yeah. I mean, they have some stuff that looks like shirts you would buy, from different brands at Macy's or Kohl's or whatever. But again, then it has a stupid Levi's spelled out on it, which is like, that's not a good move for them to do that. They should have just kept it more ambiguous.
Tell me I'm out of fashion. That's fine. I know I am. Right. But are we back to these short shorts again instead of like,
they're grooming us to go back to a gayer look. They're like slowly bringing it in. They got, here's our Pride line, but we're still going to stick some stuff on the regular straight line.
Yeah, because like I thought we were still on shorts that go like at least to your knees, or maybe even just past your knees, that are
right.
The Fred Durst look from 1995.
You know who doesn't like those? My lady doesn't like those. Those are you're talking about jorts.
Jorts, yeah.
Jorts. Like, she's not a fan of the jorts. I actually like.
I like the jort better than this, where your cock might fall out.
I have some like shorts that were a little shorter that were ripped up that kind of were cool. They looked like, when you would wear your Levi's 501s to the point that you had to turn them into shorts.
Yeah.
Like they kind of reminded me of that a little bit, and she was okay with that. But yeah, now you see they got,
this guy, what's this look?
Right. Yeah. Like, I don't think I could wear that look.
No, I don't think he can wear that look. That look is terrible.
You're getting into the urban wear zone.
If you saw this guy right here walking down the street, you would double take him.
Right.
You would actually be like, what the fuck is he wearing?
Mm-hmm.
You would double take him.
Yeah, with the shorts, it would throw it off.
The shorts and the long sleeve shirts on. Yeah.
Maybe if he was somewhere really hot, where it was like Alabama or something. Maybe.
Well, if it was really hot, why would he be wearing a long sleeve shirt?
Yeah, good point. Good point.
Yeah, and what is this cowboy look?
Yeah, that guy looks like Fez from the 70s show.
Let me put him up.
That used to be just like something you dress up as for Halloween or something, like to be a 70s character.
Yeah, this guy looks like Neil Sean's gay son.
He does look like Neil Wrong.
Yeah, Neil Dong.
Neil's Dong.
Look at this guy. What is that? Is that in fashion now? The what do you call that? The
chinos, man.
The gay cowboy art on the shoulders.
Giddy up.
Is that a style?
Well, not only that, but there's been rappers and people going into country, like literally going for it. It's being accepted. Like there's a weird culture move going over where now it's like an R&B country starting to pop up.
Oh, good.
And it wouldn't surprise me. They're crossing over this urban with the cowboy. And what do you got? Urban cowboy.
Yeah,
they're doing. I just figured it out. They're doing a John Travolta Urban Cowboy, the clothing line, the musical.
That's as awful as any Lil Nas song. Cowboy Lil Nas or whatever. It's like, ugh, it's terrible. All right, Jesus, dude, I'm just scrolling through these pictures of these people, and I can't believe that this is.
I can't relate.
Well, I can't believe Levi's has gone this low.
Now, again, this is their website of their warehouse, so they're stuck with a lot of stuff. So I think the majority of stuff is the stuff nobody was buying.
Yeah, probably true, because who would buy this shirt?
The shirts are stupid because they just say Levi's all over them, and it's kind of comical.
Yeah, or this one with a Levi's tag, the big Levi's tag.
Right, it's just the big
Levi's tag and the. Like, I might wear this one with I don't know about with the back, but I might wear that shirt that just says Levi's on like the tit or whatever.
Even that.
That's a little bit, but that's not as bad as a big yellow and red tag across the whole middle of the shirt.
Right. The UPC code from the ticket.
This is.
Well, some of the Hawaiian shirts are okay or fine, but then when it says Levi's on it, it ruins it. Like no shirt does that. When you buy any kind of Hawaiian shirt, it does not say Tommy Bahama on the tip.
Right.
I don't think. I mean, you have to look on the tag on the inside for that.
Yeah. Do you have this sweater?
Kurt Cobain sweater.
Hopefully he follows Kurt Cobain's plan.
I'll tell you this, going shopping is getting difficult, man.
Yeah, it is.
Especially
when this is what you've got to choose from.
It is. It's like nothing. I'm not vibing with anything I'm seeing for the most part.
What about this Rainbow Rodeo hat?
Rainbow Rodeo?
Would you wear that hat?
Is that what it says on his hat?
Yeah, it says Rainbow Rodeo and it has like stars lining all around.
Yeah, I'd wear that if I wanted to get my ass beat.
Oh, well, look at this guy. Hold, please.
Hold, does it say that? Right.
I'm going to pop that one right up.
You're telling me to hold while you get this on the big screen.
I got to get that screen.
His Merce.
Oh, look at this thing. Holy cow.
It's not gay. It's Levi's. Shut up.
That's as gay as it comes. Richard Marx looking fag.
I think that was actually the same dude, the Neil.
It
Neil
is
Schlong.
It is. It's long with a Levi's purse. That's not a purse, right? That's a man bag. What do they call those? A merce or something?
This almost looks like an AI thing. We're like, please imagine Neil Schlong with a merce, please. If for anybody who's done that, I mentioned this to Chris earlier, but on Facebook, you can ask Meta to imagine something, and the AI will like create a photo of it. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It's actually criminal, dude, bros of 420. That's his comeback.
Ugh. Oh my goodness. That is really bad. All right, is Levi's officially on the boycott list now?
Well, I mean, some of it, you know, I was going to mention I had visuals. I had visuals here today. Now, don't put me on the big screen. I don't like that. But like this is going to be just a pair of black
Regular
all-nighter
jeans.
501 jeans. Nothing gay about that. And these this is 501 also. So I have two of those 501s. These are 502 tapers. They're kind of faded look. They look fine. They're a little stretchy. They fit good. And I have even another package showing up today, the jacket and a couple more pairs, because I saw it and just looked at it as an opportunity to triple or quadruple my money. I'm like, $10. That's ridiculous.
Could you hold up your Merce, please?
I just didn't get it. I swear I didn't buy the Merce or the rainbow bucket hat, Chris.
Not yet. Not yet.
Right. It was funny. You know, I lost about 2 hours today, like trying to look up stage pants. I was talking about those they were called like cyber pleather pants or something.
Right.
Like some Pierce who would wear, possibly a full-fledged rock star could wear on stage and get away with if he was fit and young. But I was just looking at it and going, I don't know, man. And then I ended up not even going for the deal at the end and just thinking, God damn it, I just wasted like over an hour trying to make a decision on this.
Right.
You are now gay by association. Burn those AIDS-infested 501s.
That's advice for you,
bastard.
Eric. Forget the money. Just burn those pants.
Okay, Rice and Callie, duly noted. Thank you for the suggestion. We'll put that in the box.
And burn that. Because you're taking the money.
Well, again, I'm selling these to, I'm not going to
You'll sell
open
them to the
those.
gay guys.
Those are going to be factory sealed from the factory.
That's
and
right.
that should net me the highest amount of money.
And if some gay guys want to buy them, they're for sale. Gay money spends.
That's right. Down at the EBAY.
Well, yeah, I do it all. I say that all the time because some of my guys hate it with Pinball PA on occasion. Because we'll get like a gay wedding or something.
Pinball be gay?
Yeah, pretty much. And my guys hate that stuff, and I'm always like,
bring the money. Yeah.
Gay money spends.
Gay money is the same as straight money, sir.
They're dropping $1,500, $2,000 on a 2-hour wedding. Come on,
Chris will be gay for pay.
I'll wear the rubber glove and grab the
gross.
cum-soaked money. I don't care.
Oh, gross!
I don't.
They're giving me the baby reindeer flashbacks.
Look, they can have BDSM sex things on top of the Pac-Man. I don't give a shit. Just fucking pay me. That's where I'm at.
Totally. No, even though we're joking, we're just joking around.
Yeah, we're just.
It's shocking to see that turn of focus for Levi's for their. Again, I file that under go woke, go broke.
Yeah.
Because most people are not going for it, despite what they're making it look like.
Well, what they're going to do is, you can call it toxic masculinity all you want, but men bought Levi's. Period. Yeah. End of discussion. There's no real counterpoint to that. For the history of Levi's, it's been a men's jean.
And maybe those men liked seeing the other men in those jeans, but you know what? We didn't talk about it.
No. Well, but it's no longer a men's. What we just saw was not men's clothing. It may be classified as men's clothing. It may be I identify as a man's clothing, but it ain't men's clothing.
Dude, it was like a gay MK Ultra video. I thought I was being brainwashed to go to some crazy club.
Yeah, that's what that feels like. That feels like you're not wearing the right gear to get into Club 69. So they have that in a room. Here, go in the coat room and put those clothes on instead.
Right.
That's what that feels like. But all right, so where you want to go here, man?
Well, I had a couple different topics. I had somewhat prepared.
All right.
The Levi's, I'll scratch off the list. We talked about Sea Glass Hunters. We promoted the Fright Bite. That's good. I did a trip this weekend to the old Mission San Luis Rey. I don't know.
All right, well, we can do that.
Watchers would want to check that out. This is a landmark in Oceanside here. And I want to look a few things up because I know,
all right,
depending on what you bring up first.
Well, the one I'm going to bring up is Jesus Passing. Is that not a good one?
Oh yeah, that's fine. Yeah, you can go through all of them. They had a lot of statues. Now this is this is an old mission, an old church from like the 1800s. It was also an military outpost for a bit. They have a whole museum, but it's actually like a pretty spectacular place. I've always known it and kind of passed it from the highway, but when I drove for Lyft, I've taken old ladies to church there and picked them up. I've never actually like tripped around there. And it's beautiful, and they have some like crazy statues of like the Stations of the Cross kind of vibe. And some of the videos are of that where I kind of you can put those on full screen, the videos or whatever. Or I could just This was like the first one I saw, but look how pretty even the grounds are. I mean, it looks like somewhere you would shoot a motion picture or something. Yep, Jesus doing his walk. Yeah, it's a lot of Jesus like doing his final walk around these different statues. The lighting wasn't so good on this one, I wish, because the detail's like pretty magnificent. And
now,
in the background,
this place? Where
this is in Oceanside. It's the Mission San Luis Rey. Susan there for a second. Yeah, I just kind of did a whole just kind of walk around on that one. And by the way, you don't have to put volume on these. There's not really a need for, because it's probably windy and sounds like shit.
Yeah, that's fine.
But I'll just try to do some kind of commentary on it on each one.
All right. Well, that's wrong button. We need a producer.
Okay.
Please
by the way, I wanted to say, because I did take a picture, because I want to say what the mission is. The Mission San Luis Rey, known as the King of the Missions, is the 18th of the 21 Spanish missions that were built in Alta California. It was founded in 1798 by Padre Fermin Francisco de Lusuen, successor to Padre Junipero Serra. It was named after Saint Louis the Ninth, King of France, who lived during the 13th century. Today's San Luis Rey remains a working Franciscan mission and home to Franciscan friars living and working in the community. The mission features a historic and active cemetery, an extensive museum and museum store, a retreat center, and the original historic church.
Which we're showing right now.
Right, that's the church. The bells go off and all that. What's crazy is I didn't realize they have such a I would say, fairly big cemetery there.
Right.
You could pay we found out you could pay $1,800 and have your ashes scattered there, where they just kind of, you don't get a permanent plot or something. They just throw
them out.
Yeah. But there is stuff ranging there. I have to say, it was that part I wasn't mentally prepared for. Like I was expecting to go to the church, and I was expecting to look at the church grounds. They even have like a maze, like in The Shining. Right. Which was kind of interesting. With that, we missed. I want to go back to go get that, and I wanted to go in the museum part of it. But while we got there at like 3:30, and the place was like closing at 4, so we had to when you have to run around really quick and kind of see everything.
What led you to this place? I mean,
we were looking to go
looking for
exercising. Yeah. It was a beautiful day, and Susan and I were like, well, let's go try to go on a hike or something, and she actually brought it up, because she had wanted to check it out, because they have like amazing gardens, and they have you'll see as they go. I'll just keep altogether I think there was like 10 short videos. And this guy was funny. It was like a dude in the park. I don't know which friar. That's obviously a statue of one of the friars.
Right.
Like, hey dudes,
what up?
I have a huge hand. You know what that means.
He could fit in some of those Levi jeans.
That's right. Do you have those in an extra large?
You got those that are extra large in a certain area.
Yeah.
Here's another.
Yep, that was a pretty badass statue of Mother Mary there. I haven't actually watched all these, but
it is pretty cool.
Chris and I were talking that we needed more visuals for the show, and then I forgot all about it because I was busy with other shit. And then Tay's like, "So do you have videos?"
Yeah, it's like, you know, I was working all day.
No, maybe. And then I go, "Oh wait, I got videos from yesterday when we went to this place." I mean, I'm always like amazed by people that can sculpt cool stuff.
Yeah, I mean, how long do you think this takes to make one of these things?
It's not even really doing it justice because on some of these, the lighting, because of where the sun was at, it was like too shadowy. And I don't know, sir, how long it takes to do that. But the detail on the hands and stuff like that, it's like they have fingerprints, you know.
And this is definitely not something that's done like
the assumption of Mary, the assumption that she didn't actually have sex with someone and got pregnant. But
surprised you go to something like this. I just don't see.
I'm not the Antichrist. I definitely believe that there's a God, of a higher power, a creator of the planet. You know, the Jesus thing is interesting to me, but I'm not really big on religion and all the.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't see you sitting around celebrating this shit.
No, I'm not sorry, but I mean, I'll tell you, this could have been.
This is just like an art museum for you.
This could have been like Darth Vader when he got, taken down by Luke, and you showed Darth Vader with his helmet off and Luke coming over to him and holding him. It would have still made me kind of go, whoa, whatever the old story. But look at the detail, man. On
that's what I'm saying, on the beard and stuff.
Now, one thing I'll say, he's in fantastic shape, that Jesus. But I was going, man, he does. That's what real culture looks like. Exactly, dude. Broseph 420. I appreciate beauty in nature. I appreciate beauty in art, and I really appreciated these statues, regardless of religion or what my thoughts are on it. I was like, I know who that is, but checking out, I do in my mind. I kind of wonder. I'm like, why was he always looking so hungry when he could make fish and wine anytime?
He wasn't near the water.
Is that it? It was like I could do the trick, but I have to be near the water for it to work.
Yeah. Can't make fish. Okay. He may have been able to make the fish jump in the boat, but he sure wasn't able to make it jump out of the desert. Somehow that didn't happen.
Good point. You got me there. Maybe. Now this was like, whoa, this is like if you had your action figures and we're making some kind of action scene with your old army guys, because they have like, remember the old plastic army guys that have a little base plate?
This is like the army of the version of Passion of the Christ.
No, it was the Romans.
These are the Romans. I'm just saying that they're like frozen in action.
Mm-hmm. They're like getting their whip on there. It's.
Did you ever see that movie, Passion of the Christ?
I saw it once. It's
it is some gruesome shit.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, when people celebrate the worst part of Jesus's,
it's showing you what Jesus did for you.
For you, yeah, what he went through at the very.
That's what he
for
went
me
through
personally.
For you.
That's right. I will do this for who? Erik Ferentino.
That's right.
And Chris Akin. You don't know who they are yet, but you will.
I have a feeling that I need to save Erik and Chris.
That's right.
So
the CHRIS Akin Presents must exist, and I will go through whatever I have to ensure that happens.
So line those whips with prongs and beat them into my skin and rip chunks out.
This was a society here. The Dr. Peter Maturo, to promote and encourage the growth of spirituality. The society. It was the Via Dolorosa Society. I don't know the story of that, but they did the create life-size bronze works of art depicting the Stations of the Cross is made possible through the devotion and generosity of many donors. He died for your sins. Well, thank you, dude, bro. So
I thank Jesus for that, because I certainly love watching Pornhub. Thank you, Jesus.
That was nice of him to look out for us.
I appreciate him letting me watch X videos by taking that baiting. Because I like me some porn.
Are you ever going to turn your ID over to watch that as the states turn away from or the website actually? The websites don't want to operate in those areas. I'd never do it.
Porn?
They do that, yeah. Like I'm almost trying to, the whole age verification thing. Like half the states right now, if you went to try to go on Pornhub, it doesn't work there.
Really?
Don't ask me how I know that.
Well, it still works here. I love it. Maybe I'll start. I better start.
Ohio. They're like, have fun.
I better
probably
start
the same
saving
with
some,
TA.
maybe? Is that what you're telling me? I better start backing some up?
Well, no, it's interesting. I mean, some do block it. It's totally blocked in some states. Other ones have some age verification possible thing going on. I don't know. It's interesting. It's
How are you going to block porn altogether? I'll just use a VPN.
Well, that's what's weird is I guess most people just use that Pornhub must be just the main go-to for most people.
Well, Pornhub is the most obvious, dude. And I mean, if they block Pornhub, first they're going to have to stop OnlyFans, because OnlyFans is definitely way more popular than Pornhub right now. Which I don't get. I don't get why the pay site is more costly than the free site. But
I heard about that the girls, that anybody who's making money, it's usually just one or two persons that's paying them on there. It's not like they have actually a ton of people giving them money.
It's some rich Saudi guy,
mm-hmm.
That has like all the oil money or something.
Yep, they just need to find one guy to make their money.
I just watched a show yesterday on Tubi about OnlyFans and how it was about some OnlyFans chick that killed her boyfriend, and it was like a whole thing. But it was sort of about her, but a lot of it was about how OnlyFans works. And man, oh man, they really do normalize porn. They have totally and again, I love porn, so I'm certainly not against porn, but they have really. I was surprised hearing it and then actually putting the words together, hearing people talk about how normal porn is now. Yeah. Like, you remember, dude, even 10 years ago, you couldn't really come out and just say, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna beat off watching porn before I do something."
We're the old generation. They want to make sure the new generation doesn't look at it that way. Now, well, I can tell you that it is detrimental to a lot of young people for lots of reasons. But a lot less relationships going on over it. And also a lot of probably inadequacy issues, because for one, the guys looking at these dudes hung like horses and feeling inadequate, and then you got women that are doing things that normal women never do or want you to do or think feels good, and it leaves everybody confused. And it's I mean, it has its place, you know what I mean? But at the same time, it's all leading
to robots.
Yeah, it's got way more of a dark side than a bright side.
Well, it does. It definitely does. Look, believe me, I know. Believe me, I'm as dark as they come. That's why I love porn so much. But porn for guys, I'm only speaking as a guy, and I'm speaking specifically for myself. Porn is for the lazy. Porn is for the lazy, and porn is for the person that is not willing to put up with any more bullshit.
Right.
Like,
you're onto something there.
And I'll admit to both. One, I'm not willing to jump through all the hoops to get laid anymore. Pussy's not that important. So that's the first thing. But the bigger issue is marriage, relationships. Especially marriage is such a bad contract now. And it's been proven over time. For someone like me that owns businesses, how could I get into a marriage?
Right.
How could I screw my kids over for when I drop dead? Well, you got to give half to this chick that you've known for 3 years or 5 years or whatever.
Right.
Even though you guys helped build the businesses. How could I do that? I couldn't do that. That's dumb. So it's easier to stay with hot chicks on Pornhub and a good thing of hand cream.
It's the limited edition 6-big set from Eric Ferrantino's. Get your autograph set today at ericpix.cmspn.com. $25 includes first class shipping.
I drag the floor with the keys to your city. I scratch the surface down into your life. I see the signs that were here for trouble. All road in the left behind. Killing time on things that money can buy.
So you were saying about porn.
There he is. Jeez.
Dude, I had to reboot my whole computer. I don't know what happened there. My computer, all of a sudden, it just said, "You have no internet." And I was like, well, my phone has internet. What the fuck is going on here? My computer just lost it for a minute. But
I did okay.
Right,
I started having to do a whole like dialogue thing, and I was like, oh.
You're like, now I see why the fat guy's here, because he can do that part.
Especially, yeah, when I have like a brain, I forget what I'm even talking about. I have like a stoner moment where I'm like, and Chris, where are you?
Well, I'll edit all that shit out. It's all good.
Yeah,
anyway,
I'm gonna do that too. Like after the show tonight, definitely send me the show so I could do an edited version for my Facebook to promote on there, and that would be cool.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So I
Right,
didn't know.
one
Thing I was telling you that you didn't hear that I was telling about the people was just the cemetery part. There was a few more videos on there. I don't know. But the cemetery part was just kind of like awakening, because I saw so many people that didn't live a full life, Chris. There, like you look at the dates,
right?
Because it said what year they were born and what year they died. You're like, well, this person died at like 52, or this guy died at 55. And I was surprised there was way more people that died under 60 than there was that died over 60. So I thought that was interesting. This was a cool little part. This is some special part of it where like there's nobody buried in there since the 80s.
Okay.
And those are all pretty old. But I kind of I forgot what you call that, like a mausoleum?
Mausoleum, yeah.
That was kind of interesting. The big rip. Rest in peace.
No. Are you getting buried or are you getting creamed?
Well, we were talking about that. I guess it's okay if they were to cremate me. I mean, Susan and I were discussing what the pros and cons of doing such a thing as far as a burial versus a cremation.
Right.
What is the purpose of actually buying a plot, and how long is that good for? I mean, you think, if you have people, like you have kids of people that want to come visit your final resting place, it would make sense. But for somebody maybe who doesn't have kids or no one liked them, what's the point, right? Nobody's going to come visit your grave. If you don't think anybody's going to visit the grave anyway, you should probably scratch that off as an option.
Sure. I always tell my kids, don't even claim the body. I'm like, just don't bother. Why waste the money?
Right. Well, apparently, so I asked her. She was my only reference with this because she's had her parents pass away. This was a very cool mosaic of the Holy Spirit bird. I don't know, but this is pretty badass.
Yeah, it's cool. I want to go back to the cremation for a minute, dude. Yeah. Here's the everybody that goes cremation has the grand plan. Everybody, when they say they're getting cremated, it's always followed by, Joe wanted his ashes spread, blah, 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 whatever. And it's always something unrealistic. Joe
he wants you to smoke it in a joint. He wants you to roll up his ashes.
He was a big Baltimore Orioles fan, so he wanted his ashes to be spread in the third baseline of the Baltimore stadium because his favorite player was Brooks Robinson or whatever. It's always something stupid that you're never going to do. You're going to call the Orioles and they're going to be like, "No, we're not putting your dead guy's ashes on our baseball field." They're just not going to do it. So you're either going to sneak it in and dump it in some piss stain in the bleachers somewhere,
right?
Or I'm going to use my mom here, which I probably shouldn't. It's mean, but I'm going to anyway.
Go ahead. I do it all the time.
She got my dad cremated when my dad passed away, and she had him baked into this big circle disc thing. It's big. It's
a laser disc?
No, it's like the size of a manhole cover. It's a big old stupid looking thing. And the reason she got it done that way was he was like into fishing when he was he was like on a big boat fisherman, like the crab fisherman that you see on those types of shows. He was like a lobster fisherman when he grew up in
Deadliest
Rhode Island. Catch.
Yeah,
so he was into that when she met him. So that was the thought was, I'm going to take this out on a boat and I'm going to throw it in the water, and the disc itself dissolves in the water with the salt water, blah, blah, blah. Whole thing, right? honestly, I don't know that it ever came out of her closet. If it did come out of her closet, I wasn't told of it. But as recently as the pandemic, it was still in her closet. Like, she had this grand plan. She paid a bunch of money for this shit. For what? And it's a brick of disintegrating shit that sits in her closet.
A dissolvable death disc.
Yeah,
Sounds
and God
pretty
forbid
metal.
she gets a roof leak or something, then my dad will be fucking, his ashes will be spread in the closet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like...
Now, are we also aware, like, how many places require a permit, including the ocean?
Yeah.
You're supposed to get a permit to, like, throw ashes in the ocean, if you could believe that.
Meanwhile, there's islands of trash out there, but you can't
Right.
you can't dump one thing this big full of ashes into it.
Right.
Ridiculous.
She was saying, you know, she doesn't want to leave her kids with the burden of having to carry around even an urn. You know what I mean? She liked the idea of maybe just tossing her ashes at like the Mission or somewhere like that. I don't know. I mean, I haven't had a very close loved one pass away where I was given something like that. I think I would hold on to it to keep them nearby, and then if I moved, I could take it with me, because if there's a plot that was purchased, well, what if your kids have to move away because they can't afford to live in California anymore?
What if the cemetery gets foreclosed on?
Yeah, like how many years are you allowed to, like, do you pay to get buried there? But what is it? You pay a big fee, and then 50 years, 100 years? When do they take a bulldozer and put a whole new batch there?
Well, and what is the guarantee that some fucking cemetery is going to pay their taxes? And if they don't pay their property taxes, doesn't the state come in and take it?
There's been all kinds of weird stories that I've seen in the past, where they're like stacking ones on top of each other, just weird stuff. Never burying them; they're actually out in the back somewhere, rotting away.
Oh, where's this comment here? It may have given her comfort, may have, and I'm not arguing that point. My bigger point is that kind of stuff is just nonsense. First of all, the loved one doesn't know. I mean, even if you do believe in, if you're a hardcore Bible thumper person that believes that they ascend and they're looking down on you and they're checking everything out, if heaven is real, the last thing they're worried about is where the dead carcass is buried.
Right.
They got a lot more important shit to worry about than that. Oh, what are you doing with my body?
Or if this is some Matrix thing where, you know, you're actually somewhere else, you'd care about as much as you would with the video game character you had that died.
I mean, all of that stuff. When my dad died, and I don't know how we're getting into this, but whatever. When my dad died, we had literally, he died at 5:00 in the morning. And by 1:00 in the afternoon, we were already at the funeral place making arrangements. And I hadn't slept in like 2 or 3 days. I was literally sitting right next to my dad when he stopped breathing. So I have that fun memory in my brain. But needless to say, it'd only been like 5 or 6 hours. And then we're back already, no sleep at this funeral thing. And my mom and my brother, they're good at faking it, I guess. Or maybe they were being sincere, I don't know. But they're whipping through all these cards and, what phrase do you think your loved one would have liked on the back of the card? And, and I'm just
getting you while the tears are wet.
Yeah, and I'm just sitting there, and they're talking about cards and flowers and this room and how do we separate these people. And I'm just like, he doesn't give a fuck.
Right.
And I don't give a fuck. The last thing I'm worried about is making some fucking dead guy trading cards.
The best way to probably circumvent that, or if you're okay with the cremation part, maybe pay for it in advance, but buy the urn while you're alive that you want. If there's some special urn you want to buy it so your kids don't have to figure that stuff out. Buy it ahead of time. Go, this is the urn I want to be put in. Here's the $1,200, that you pay the morgue to do this, because apparently that's what you do. It's like $1,200. They'll do it. Otherwise, I guess you would unclaim it, like Chris was referring to before. But and they will actually mail you a box that has the ash in it. It's a box, and then from there, that stuff that potentially goes to a church for a service or something, but depending on what you had laid out ahead of time, I want this urn, I want my friends to get together somewhere, and you let that know. And you should probably do that if you're over 50, because by the looks of the ages in this cemetery, man, geez.
Sure. Well,
any day could be our last day.
And the weird thing, too, with the crematory is everybody has this delusion, and I'm going to say it's a delusion, that every aspect of the death is done with respect.
Right.
And it's not. I worked at a crematory. I burned bodies. I actually have done. Yes.
Wow.
When I got out of the military, I couldn't find a job to save my life. I was doing all kinds of shitty jobs for like $6 an hour, counting screws in warehouses and shit, like awful jobs.
Yeah.
When I first got out of the Army, and then all of a sudden I get offered this job, $23 an hour, which at that time was like. That was
$330 an hour.
That was like 1992.
Right.
We thought that was the holy grail, but they brought me in for an interview, and they were like, well, you served in the military, right? And you saw people die, right? And I was like, yeah. And I was like, well, this is the job. And brought me in, and they were like, you gotta, unload boxes of bodies from the airport and load them into the oven with this other guy, and then you got to go into the.
You have to make sure it's a person that's supposed to be there, or do you know that, or do you just put the whole
it's just people die away from home.
Right. All the time. Yeah.
More than less. People, and again, it's the big myth. People think that when their loved one dies in Minnesota and they got to get them back to California, that it's JFK style, where there's a beautiful casket that it's loaded in and loaded.
I thought you were going to say like a weekend at
and
Bernie's where they put them in first class.
It's a cardboard box.
Right.
It's a cardboard box.
Cardboard box
with a wood frame, and they load it in. They
Are you talking about the pine box? Is it the?
I'm
pine
talking about
box?
when we would get them. They would come off the back of a fucking truck, and not a hearse. It would come out of the back of an Astro van from the airport. And we would take the box out, we'd open it up, and there laying there would be Mr. Franklin. And, we would have to fucking run a little.
Do you have clothes on or no clothes
sometimes, yes, sometimes no, depending on how they died.
They died at a nude beach, maybe not.
I mean, a lot of times they would like robe them, I guess. They would just robe them up. Because a lot of times, I mean, part of the thing that we had to do too was we used to call it wanding them. We had to wand them to make sure they didn't have pacemakers and shit, because the pacemakers will blow up in the fucking furnace.
Isn't that in their body though?
Yeah. And if we found a pacemaker, then we had a coroner on site, and we'd drag the body over to the other room, and the coroner would cut them open and dig the pacemaker
Would these be
out.
mostly with like older people that they didn't do an autopsy because they were old and just went, oh, this guy's old. They just.
Dude, it was fucked up. I ain't gonna lie. It wasn't mostly older people. Honestly, more than less were young. A lot of kids. That was fucked up. That's fucked up. And that's why I ended up having to quit that job. Was I started having dreams, like I'd go to sleep at night and I'd open a box and it'd be like my mom or my wife or my kid.
That sounds like a episode of MASH.
It was fucked up, man. It was a really shitty thing. But my point to this whole ramble is there's not the respect factor. I can tell you who's burning the bodies in Cleveland was me and this crazy Mexican guy that spoke no English. And he didn't have let's say a quick prayer before we load the body in. He was like, he'd be pointing at the shit. He'd be like, grab him by the fucking neck and drag him in and stick him in there. And then we'd cook him for a while, and then we'd have to we had this thing, it looked sort of like a rake. Mm-hmm. But then it had a flat on the back of it, like the back of a hammer, but it was giant, like the giant. And we would stick it in there, and we'd rake the meat off of the fucking bones that weren't burning. And we'd flip it over and chomp down on the shit to break the bones up and shit. I mean, it was fucked up, man. But the funeral places, they all try to play this off of, well, it's such a delicate time for your family, and we will treat the body with the utmost care. No, Nobody. Dude,
Maybe it was like, Bert foot falls on the floor.
Dude, no lie. Our coroner guy was a fucking lunatic. He was a lunatic, and he knew that it fucked me up with the bodies and stuff. Like, I wasn't suited for this work.
Right.
As much as I wanted to be, because it was good money, I really wasn't suited for this work. And this fucking creep, one of my jobs was I had to go into his room twice a day and get paperwork. Like, because we, upstairs we had the accounting department again with the respect of catalog what this guy has and take the paperwork upstairs so that they can bill him, right? Mm-hmm. Well, this fucking creep would put like severed hands and shit on top of the paperwork so that I would have to grab a severed hand and move it off the page. He was a fucking creep.
This sounds like it should be its own show.
It was a mess, dude.
Your life. Wow.
It was a real. I only worked the job for about 4 months, and by the 4th month, I had to quit. I literally had to quit and be unemployed with no what do you call that, unemployment, because I quit the job and then they wouldn't pay it because I just up and quit one day.
How do you even get fired from a place like that? I mean, or laid?
I don't even know. I don't know, man. It was really
wild.
A brutal
How
gig.
many, if you don't mind me asking,
I don't
like
care.
how many, okay, so you'd work there like a 40-hour week, or was it part-time, or?
No, it was 40-hour week. I was
like Monday through Friday, or?
Yeah. I can tell you some real horror stories about that job. Like Monday was ASPCA day, where they would back a truck up with like 150 dogs and cats, and we would stick them all in the oven. And you want to talk about a smell? Imagine 150 dogs and cats burning, and the smell of all that fur and flesh burning for hours.
And those are for people that get their pets cremated?
No, this was the ASPCA here. I don't know what they call it there, but ASPCA here was
the pound, right?
Yeah, it's like the pound. So if they stay X number of weeks and they don't get claimed, they get cooked.
Oh, that's awful, man.
And that's what they would bring them in garbage bags. So literally 50, 60
they
garbage
euthanized
bags.
them. They euthanized them ahead of time, right?
Yeah,
right. But still,
they were already dead, but
that is just
it was a
bummer, right? God, that must have been the most depressing 4 months of your life, right?
Dude, it was. This is going to sound awful, but I was so happy when I got that job. I was like, I remember when I got the job, because I had to go and interview for it a couple times. I wore the suit and everything else. I played the game, and I was like, yeah. I was like, see, babe, this is it. I took a little while to get us there, but I'm finally getting us there. It's going to be good money. We're going to be able to do good things. We're going to live high on the hog, so to speak. And it was not a week before I was like coming home just miserable. And she was like, what's the matter with you? And I was like, don't fucking talk to me. I didn't want nothing to do with her, because it was one of those things. I mean, how do you bring that home?
Dude, I don't know.
How do you talk to your chick? I mean, you got a girlfriend. Can you imagine coming home every day and saying, Susan, you're not going to believe what I did at work today. I fried 140 dead dogs and cats.
Right.
Let me tell you what that smelled like. Let me tell you how I watched the ashes blowing over the state fish store that was right across the street. And they have all the fish laid out in open freezer things. And I know that there's dead animal fucking fuzz getting on these fish that people are buying. Let me tell you about that. Do you want me to pick up some shrimp, by the way, tomorrow?
No.
Since I'll be there at State Fish. It was so fucking gruesome. And it just got worse and worse and worse to where you're going to laugh at this because it's such a funny but true story. I was ready to quit 3 weeks ahead of time, but I stayed because it was right across the street from, or right, maybe a quarter mile, if that, from the Nautica stage. And I got to where I knew the guy that ran the ticket booth at the Nautica stage, and he would let me in for free if I came from work, and I wanted to see Motley Crue. I wanted to see the Karabi crew show, so I
you torched
stayed
another $700.
Pretty much, yeah. I stayed an extra 3 weeks so that I could see that Motley Crue show, saw the show, came back the next day and quit my job. No lie. I stayed for the Motley Crue show. I was so goddamn... And meanwhile, what could that show have cost? $20? So over $20, I worked 3 extra weeks torturing my brain.
And you probably had some good money 4 months into it, right? Because rent back then was
okay,
only like $400 a month, right? $300 a month.
Yeah, I mean, it was, dude, you want to know how my life is fucked? You know what my next job was after that job? The job where I got burned alive.
Great.
It was like the crematory was like
that's a weird karma. I know. It's like when you think about it, it's a kind of weird karma, right?
Yeah. The next job I got was working at the place where I got burned. You know, so I burned them for a while, then I got paid back for burning them. Hopefully it's not because I burned somebody alive.
Well, no, God, no.
That's what I'm saying, dude. That's how weird that job was. You would open these boxes and here's some fucking 50-year-old guy sitting in a box. Looks like he's asleep.
Right.
And you pick up his dead carcass and you load it on a big old tray and then you stick it in this oven. You push a button and drops a bunch of gas and stuff on him.
Right.
And then hear that big, almost like an explosion itself.
Remember in Return of the Living Dead?
Yeah.
They go, well, we found these zombies. What we need to do is torch them, incinerate them. So they go to the morgue, and then what happens? The smoke goes up out of the thing, and it mixes with the rain and causes a zombie rainstorm to occur. And then that's how the zombie plague gets spread out.
Yeah. Well, maybe I spread it out on myself.
Man.
Could have. I just know that job was... I look at that job as a worse job than the job when I got hurt on. No lie. Because that job just fucked with my brain. And even still, just thinking about that job is like, I can't believe I did that.
Yeah, that's gnarly.
You know.
But, you know, doctors have to do all kinds of crazy stuff, too, and desensitize themselves to all kinds of human conditions.
Well, it did not desensitize me at all. I think I'm a tough guy. I ain't that tough.
I know. Just the other day, you were like, you didn't even want to get a cat because when it passes away one day.
Yeah,
I thought that was really sweet.
I'm not that guy. I eliminate those kind of problems from my life so that I don't have to have emotional pain.
I don't know if I would, well, I mean, Charlie Cat, but even though I post pictures of Charlie Cat all the time, that's technically Susan's cat.
Right.
So what'll happen with Charlie Cat is, up to Susan. But my cat's Kylie, which I've shown before on the show.
Kylie's the killer
big cat. The killer big, we call her Lasagna, Karen Lasagna.
Right.
I think about that and I get upset thinking about it and I try to give her the best possible life. I brush that cat. She loves to get brushed probably 5-6 times a day. I hand cook her food, try to give her the best life. But someday she's going to pass. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that. I originally I thought that I would bury her at my mom's place or something.
Right.
But maybe having an urn with their ashes or something. I don't know, man. Maybe I haven't decided. Hopefully she lives another 8 to 10 years because she's 10. She's 10 now.
Yeah, I can't deal with it. I mean, I just watched my son deal with it last week because his cat died.
Right.
And I mean, he was fucking devastated, and rightly so. It was his cat that he cared about from time it was that big.
Right.
But it's why I don't have pets. My last time I allowed myself to get hurt that bad was when my wife left, and I'm never going to let myself get hurt that bad again.
Right.
I just am not going to do it. No way. Anybody in my life could die, and I don't think I would be as hurt as bad as some of the things I've been through. And to be, I know that sounds callous, but I'm glad it's like that. I'm glad that I know that I'm not going to spend a month or 6 months, whatever, fucked up about that kind of stuff anymore. It's just like, all right, moving on.
Right. Yeah, I mean, this life, you can't get through it without feeling pain of loss. of loved ones and saying goodbye. But hey, you know, hopefully there is a heaven that we go to, our spirits go to. You know, I don't know about our consciousness. That would be cool if it did. And you could think that, hey, all your favorite people will be waiting for you if you want, and they like you too. That's the problem. Were you their favorite person?
Yeah.
Did that pet really like you the most? If you got it secondhand, you know, I don't know.
Or did it hate you because you kept it inside and wouldn't let it go out and roam or whatever? I mean, you don't know. I mean, who knows?
Especially the people thing, though.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, even in our lives,
all of it, dude. I mean, think about with a cat, like you have cats,
right?
Does your cat look at you as its jailer?
I don't know. I mean, she's never left me. She's had opportunities to take off, and she never did. Even at my old place that I lived at forever, I used to open that door and just let her roam right the hell out. There was no leash. There was nothing. Not always recommended. She picked up a terrible flea problem at we had a hot summer once. Oh my God, never recovered from that. They probably had to torch the place when we left. I have my dog's ashes and we'll never get another pet. He was my best bud. Oh, that's sad. But then you think about all these other pets that are just getting killed that could have been a nice house pet for another 5 or 10 years that are the ASPCA's just killing, taking years off their life. You know, that's a bummer to hear. But it is tough. Cats live a long damn time. Let me tell you, 10 years.
20?
J-Rad says, I'd be lost without my cats. We've been through a lot together. No shit. My cat, Kylie, that cat, I recorded both Stephen Pearcy records, Smash and View to a Thrill. She was there for that whole thing, the whole writing of both those albums. She watched me suffer, make those records. You know, she hung through when I was a smoker. Anyways, she's in a great place now. She's living in an amazing place. She has an amazing view. She seems happy. I mean, the cats she doesn't like Charlie Cat that much, but they're starting to hang out more. Fuego says, I never wanted another pet, but my cat adopted me. Someone abandoned him in the neighborhood, and you're a good person for doing that. And I'm sure it's enriched your life. As it did mine. I didn't want my cat. I said, no, and it had nowhere to go. My friend begged me, and I go, fine. But then I didn't know that that's what I needed. And today I was even thinking about when Kylie passes, and maybe I will run out and get a cat immediately, you know, just to take my mind off it.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know.
Here's one last one, then we'll get the fuck out of here.
All right.
Unpopular opinion. As people become less social, have less friends and family around, they put more emphasis on their pets.
That's right. I dress my cat and we have tea parties.
Do you really? Jesus Christ. No. I was going to say.
They are like people, though. It's freaky, man.
If you're having tea parties with your cat, I'm going to order you some stuff off the Levi site.
That's right.
Jesus.
Nope.
All right. We gave them more than plenty.
Yeah.
This was fun.
Except you have to do one more video, and that's the fish video, the koi jumping video.
Let me find that video.
Speaking of Jesus making fish appear.
Where's a little turtle?
Actually, turn the volume up.
What? Jesus made a fish.
Oh, did I send the wrong fucking video?
Oh, that's the video I have that says koi.
It's not the one. I thought it was the one that...
This is the one that said koi.
Okay, it's not the right one. Damn it.
Well, let me see if there's another one.
It's on my Facebook, actually. It's on my Facebook.
Oh, let's go there.
It's of the koi jumping out at me. Sorry, I sent the wrong one.
Oh, that's all right. As long as it's here somewhere.
Yeah, it's probably like 4 or 5 videos down on my page, on my main page.
All right, probably this one, I'm assuming.
Yeah, it shows a pond, I think, in the photo.
Yeah, like it's attacking this turtle or something.
Yeah.
Share screen. Fuck book.
Sorry about that, folks. Thank you for your patience.
Here we go.
Okay, that's good.
My goodness.
It was funny because the fish guy runs by. He's like, "Rah!" He's like, I'm a human. Look at me.
He wanted some of that. He wanted into that video.
I felt like he was like making fun of me though, because he acted like he was walking like a person on top of the water. He was like looking at me. He was like sideways, like, "Rah! You're stupid."
Right. Well, it looks like you had fun, man. That's for sure.
It was. We did have a fun day. It was. I was glad. I want to go back. Actually, it was definitely a lot to check out there. And if you're ever in San Diego, Oceanside, you got to check out the Mission San Luis Rey.
Hell yeah. All right, let's get the fuck out of here. I know you're not going anywhere this weekend, right?
Right. I'll be around till 4th of July weekend, so we'll see you guys next Monday. Tomorrow, though, don't miss the Fright Bite. You got 24 hours to give me that dollar.
That's right.
On my subscriber page, and you can come to the party, and you can do all your jokes and whatever.
Yeah, you can come there. You can also catch it if you are a CMS Locals person. You can watch it there as well. It'll be myself, Neely, and Count Cracula tomorrow. And who knows? I might even bring another guest as well.
All right.
I'm like starting to. It's funny because I'm getting people that are like, "Hey, man, I'd like to be part of that."
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, well, I don't care. I just don't want to have I don't want to have 15 people as part of it, though. I want to keep it.
I know. It looks like the Brady Bunch screen of the beginning of Brady Bunch.
4 might be the absolute limit is 4. But yeah, Neely and I were talking about it on CMS on Saturday, and he was like right in there. He's like, yeah, I want to come on. I was like, all right.
Oh, good.
More than welcome. He had a great time at Fright Bite 3. So
awesome.
I like that we're naming these things, too, like it's the UFC or something. Yeah, we're on the Fright Bite 4.
That's right, the Super Bowl.
Right.
Fright Bite 48.
That's right.
That's totally what it's going to be, though. It's going to be like the Endless Friday the 13th sequels.
Yeah, no kidding. So it'll be a lot of fun tomorrow. Have a couple of drinks, smoke a little smoky smoke, and come and hang with us tomorrow night as we watch Birdemic, which definitely requires having a couple of drinks and some smoke, because it's as bad movies go, it is an Academy Award winner of bad movies. I think some of the graphics were done with with an overhead projector, where they just put a overhead on top of the video and then shake it, and that's the birds.
Oh, wow.
It's real cheesy.
It's not CGI, it's an Etch-a-Sketch.
Oh, no, some of it looks like crayons. It really looks bad, which as far as I'm concerned, the worse it is, the better it is.
Right.
If the movie's too good, then it's not fun. Like I thought about Jaws 4, The Revenge.
Right.
Which it's an awful movie, but it's just an awful movie. It's not so cheeseball. Like Llamageddon was an awful movie, but it was so funny because it was so cheap and bad and just so easy to pick apart.
It was cool. The llama had laser eyes. I mean,
it was
fun.
They're fun. The cheesiness, the cheapness is the fun.
That's right.
Like Five-Headed Shark Attack. That is some CGI that you're doing. You're doing better work than that on Fright Bite's bumpers, for God's sakes. I mean, but that's what makes it fun. So join us tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. For you can get there either by going into Erik's subscriber page for a simple buck, $1 cheap bucks, pay $1. Or you can pay 5 times that much, and you can come over to the CMS.
And you get so much more. I have to say, too, Piercy's really excited. He sent me a text today. We probably got like 30 shows we're going to be doing, man.
Nice.
Now, the stuff I do for my subscribers, they come along on the shows with me.
Right.
Probably similar. Obviously it's different than Jason Green's show. I don't want to take away from what he does or anything, but mine's more personal for people that want to see my life, I guess. But I plan to, as I feel more comfortable doing that, which I've been, you're gonna be taken backstage. That $1 is your backstage pass to the shows. We get to play with all kinds of cool bands all the time, and I'll totally try to sneak up and get footage of that, those backstage meetings and so forth with those people, and concert footage and my airport runs and all that crap you get to see along with these Fright Bites and Sea Glass Hunters and Cooking with Stoic Steve.
Yeah, it's well worth $1. For God's sakes, it's $1. You guys spend more than that fucking putting air in your tire at the gas station.
The other thing, the guitar, the Splon guitar that you've heard me talk about before, where I'm like, where is this thing? He contacted me on Friday. He's like, hey man, I just go to let you know that the cases, that's why I haven't sent them out. He has custom Splon guitar cases to put them in, and they finally came in. He's like, guitar's going out today, buddy. So we are going to promote the shit out of these Splon guitars. I'm going to be playing them now. So on the tours, and also as I write songs for Steve, I'm going to start giving teasers of the stuff I'm working on. I wanted to have his guitar for the video.
Sure.
Because I knew it was coming, so I've been holding off. So the subscribers will also get me in the writing process.
Will you have the new Splon on July the 20th when I see
Yes, I should have it. I mean, according to Scott Splon, the owner of the company, he said he's sending it out today, which was Friday. So I would imagine that I'm going to have this thing by next Friday, the latest.
Nice.
And so it could be any day. But I mean, I'll probably end up making a commercial or something for Splon. You know what I mean? To promote it for him, because it's unbelievable. Those guitars are thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's just
the least we can do is give him a commercial.
That's right. We'll do something cool, but I'm definitely going to be playing on that, haunching on that guitar for everybody.
Hell yeah.
And
that'd be great.
fun stuff. So come join the party.
Hell yeah. All right. Well, for me, you know where I'll be. No Seth Williams on Wednesday. Seth is on vacation. He is down in Orlando or Kissimmee or wherever the fuck, somewhere in Florida. And so that just leaves the CMS, which we will be back on Saturday, of course, talking all our shit, doing all our stuff. And then Eric and I will be back next Monday. And that's that. So let's get out of here. 2 hours when we thought we were doing 1. So all good. So for Chris Akin Presents, I am Chris Akin.
And I'm Erik Ferentinos.
And go fuck yourself.
The biggest and the best heavy metal radio station is CMS Network Now. With over 5,000 heavy metal songs from all the subgenres and eras of metal, it ranges far more than almost any station broadcasting today. You can also listen to great radio shows like Charlie Kendall's Metal Shop, the shows of the CMS Network, and even the full episodes of the Classic Metal Show with the music.